Welcome to all. Today we are going to discuss about the next point of the EITK subject is introduction of transportation. Here we seen this in image the various transportation types. First is road transportation, rail transportation, air transportation and water transportation. We all this see in detail in future slide. Let's be start. Then what is the definition or meaning of definition of transportation? The transport it is the process of moving an item from point A to point B. It is the moving the one point to next another point or one A point to B point. Next, a safe, efficient, reliable, and sustainable movement of persons and goods over time and space. Then, transportation and logistics. The operation of transportation determines the efficiency of moving products. The progress in techniques and management principles improves the moving load, delivery speed, service quality, operation cost, and the uses of facilities and energy saving. The very at the progress of the techniques and management, we improve the moving the load, delivery speed, and the service quality, operation cost, and also facilities, different facilities, and energy saving. Transportation it is a take a crucial part in the logistic operation. That is, transport it is the most important part or most important helping for the logistic operation. Therefore, transportation is the base of efficiency and economy in business logistics and expands other functions of logistic system. Next, what is the importance of the transportation? First, without well-developed transportation system, logistics could not bring its advantages into full play. Next, a good transport system in logistic activities could provide better logistic efficiency, reduce operation cost, and promote service quality. The good for transportation system it is the example for the better logistic efficiency, good efficiency, reduce the operation cost, and also to provide the servicing quality. Next, a well-operated logistic system could increase both the competitiveness of the government and enterprises. The transport system it is the most important economic activity among the components of business logistic systems. Next, the principles of transportation. The principles of transportation, there are the two principles of transportation. First one is the economy of scale, and second one is the economy of distance. There are two principles of the transportation. First, economy of scale, and second, economy of distance. Next, the role of transport and communication. What is the role of transport and communication? Transport facilities trade and commerce by carrying goods from the areas to production to that consumption. Goods from the areas to have surplus are shifted to those areas which are deficient in those items. Movement of people from one place to another place in the search of job, education, emergencies through the transport facility. The movement of people we all the way we all this moving the one place to another place, that is in home to college or college to home with the help of the transport facility. Next, communication. Communication keeps the informed about the world's events and trends. The communication it is nowadays it is important factor or ICT tools of the in nowadays. It brings the positive changes in the life of the people and thereby enhancing their economic condition. At the help of the communication, there will be change in the life of the people, and also it is the economic development. The various modes of transportation. The first is the land, water, and air. We transport in the land with water and with air. In land, there are two types: in roadways and railways. In water, there are also two types: oceanic and inland. And in air, it is the domestic and international. This is the modes of transportation. Next, first one is the land transport, that is the roadways. Roads are most commonly used means of transport. Roads are the very most commonly used for the as a transportation purpose. Roads are play an important role in connecting people and also in ensuring socio economic growth of the country. Roads is the playing the role of the important in economic condition and socio-economic growth of the country. First, roads provide a door-to-door service by means of rickshaw, car, bicycle, bus, scooter, or truck. We know that if we plan any trip or any tourist destination, we can prefer first choice or we have to first choice is the with the road or road transportation. Either we have to travel in bus or in cars, personal car or bicycle or any other transportation facility. The next, the construction, repair, maintenance cost is the less than the other means of transport. The road is the it is a very cost it is a very cheaper cost than the other modes of the transportation, that is the concession and also maintenance cost of the road. It is the cheapest and most convenient mode of the transportation for few people and relatively smaller amount of goods over shorter distance. Roads connect rural areas to urban areas and can be constructed in all types of terrains like hills, deserts, mountain and plateaus. Roads it is connected with the rural and urban connectivity, also urban to rural connectivity with the help of the road transportation. And also this type of the road transportation with the help of we can construct the hill section or any desert or mountain and plateaus. Next point is the railways. Railways are also one of the most important means of the transport in our country. The thousands and lakhs of people travel through railways in our country. It is a railway. It is another modes of the transportation. It is a very important transportation uh, mode. It is in every day the thousands or lakh of the people can travel at a time in the railway transportation. We know the in the Mumbai it is known as the railway transportation lifeline of the Mumbai. This is the cheapest transport by which thousands of the people can travel together from one corner of the country to another for the purpose of education, business, sightseeing, pilgrimage, or visiting friends or relatives. This is the cheapest transportation. We can travel at a time with the thousands of the people can travel togetherly, and it is the we have to achieve the one place to or one corner of the country to another corner of the country with minimum cost. It is possible in railways. It is not possible to other any modes of the transportation. People of all income groups can travel by trains as it has different types of coaches like general, sleeper and AC chair car. So any type of the category person travel in the railway, it is a different category or different coaches design like general category, sleeper category and AC category. Next, one can have comfortable night journey as it has berths and washrooms in sleeper coaches. It carries country largest amount of bulky goods like coal, cement, food, grain, fertilizer, petroleum, automobile, etc. from mines to industries and also from industry to areas of consumption. We know that at the lockdown period it is a very useful of the or very helping of the railway transportation. It is the traveling or it is the transport the one material of the one corner of the country to another corner without any stop, without single stopping. In the carries of the railway you have to carry the in the bulking quantity of the like coal, cement, fertilizer, petroleum or material, also automobile parts and also other etc material. Then what is the advantages of the rail transport? First advantages, it is a convenient mode of transport for traveling long distance. It is a very that is the cheapest or economy. It is relatively faster than road transport. It is compared to faster than the road transport. It is suitable for carrying heavy goods in large quantities over long distance. The most important advantage. Next, it is the operation is less affected by adverse weather conditions like rain, floods, and fog. It is less affected at the any type condition. It is just like rain, floods, and fog in condition, climatic condition. Then, what is the limitation or disadvantage of railway transport? It is relatively expensive for carrying goods and passengers over short distance. It is a very costly and expensive for the carrying goods and passenger at this small or short distance. It is not available in remote parts of the country. It provides the service according to fixed time schedule and is not flexible for loading and unloading of goods at any place. The at it we had to planning if of the if you planning the any destination or if you planning the trip, we can immediately ready and we can go with the help of the our bicycle or private car. But no any, it is not suitable or not any service provided by the rail, because it has a perfect schedule or strictly scheduled for the rail incoming and also outgoing. That cause it is not possible to any of the or it's a emergency in the work of the people, and it involves heavy losses of life as well as goods in case of accident. If any accidents created or if an accident happen, that time it is a loss is the very high as compared to other modes of transportation. Next type is the water transport. The waterways had been the important means of transportation. It is the cheapest means that compared to other means of transport because it involves no expenditure on construction other than maintenance. If we transport the road transport, we have to construct the road. If we mode of the transport, we have to mode of transportation other is railway. We have to construction of the rail lines or a railway station or arrangement of the another technical parts of the railway related with the railway. But in water transportation, it is not necessary to construction any type of the structure or uh, any type of the construction technical event, and it is very useful for transporting heavy and bulky goods. A ship can carry lakhs of tons of goods at a time. It is a better mode of transport for petroleum and its products at involves cross continental transfers. India lacks in petroleum deposit and most of the imported from Middle East countries. It is the best example or best transportation for the import and export material. It is a fuel efficient and environment friendly means of transportation. The waterways have the two types. The inland water. First is the inland waterways. India has inland navigable waterways measuring 14,500 km, which includes the canal, rivers, backwaters, and narrow bays, etc. India have the inland waterways around the measuring the 14,500 km, which includes the various canals, rivers, backwaters, also narrow bays. But only 3,700 km river length is suitable for mechanized ports in river Ganga and Brahmaputra in the north and Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri in the south. But only we have to consume or utilize only 3,700 km of the river length, just like the boating in river in the Ganga and Brahmaputra river, also in the north section, and also Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri in the south section. A good network of inland water is able to reduce the traffic on the highways, and it also helps the transportation goods. It is very helpful for the to minimize the environment pollution and also reducing the traffic volume or traffic density in the road and also rail. Here you see that the image of a picture of the inland waterways. Second, oceanic waterways. If you look at the map of India, you will find that India is surrounded by three sides of the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean with coastline of 7,516 km. India had only 49 ships in 1946 with a capacity of 1,27,083 tons. After the independence, the government has taken various measures resulting in procurement of 616 ships in 2004 with gross tonnage 70 lakh tons of carrying capacity. We know that in the we have to look at the map of India. We have to find that in surrounding the three oceanic or the three oceanic. The first is the Arabian Sea, the West Bay of Bengal, and Indian Ocean. In the before the independence, we had to use only coastline of the 7,516 kilometer and only the 49 with 49 ships, and this the capacity of ship is the 1,27,083 tons. But after the independence, we have to concentrate in the oceanic waterways or oceanic transportation, and it is the resulting is the 616 ships are in 2004 and gross tonnage we have to crossing 70 70 lakh tons of the carrying capacity. This is the image of the oceanic waterways. Next, water transport is what is the advantages and disadvantages. First, it is a relatively economical mode of transport for bulky and heavy goods. It is for very useful for the bulky and heavy goods material. It is a safe mode of transport with respect to occurrence of accidents. In the waterways, it has the minimum accidents occurred. The cost of maintaining constructing route is very low. Most of they are naturally made. There is no cost of maintaining and construction of the roads, and it is a very less as compared to other modes of the transportation. It promotes the international trade. It is connected with the international trade or international market. Then what is the disadvantages? The depth and navigability of rivers and canals vary and thus affect operations of different transport vessels. It is a slow moving mode of transport and therefore not suitable for transport for perishable goods. It is a very slow speed of the waterways transportation that was not suitable for the perishable goods. It is adversely affected by weather condition. The affected of the weathering condition. Sea transport requires large investment on ships and their maintenance. It is the most important. It is very costly to constructing the ship and also maintaining the ship. Okay, now we have to stop here. In next video lecture, we have to see the remaining parts of this topic. Thank you so much.